Network on Campus Insiders. A sun-kissed afternoon in Reno, Nevada. Mackey Stadium.
Who doesn't like to hear
the
kiss in the open?
3-2 New Mexico Lobos getting set to take on the 2-3 Nevada Wolfpack. Hello to everyone. Our Wolf alongside friend and partner Darius Walker, who is a star tailback at Notre Dame. We're going to see some great running backs today. Now, Darius, two teams going in slightly different directions. Nevada coming off a heartbreak loss. They lose against their arch rival at home, UNLV. What's the key for them to bounce back this week?
Yeah, and that's the thing. The question really is how do they respond? We were here for that tough loss against UNLV, but the reality is for the Wolfpack, they got the rest of the season left. All the things that they wanted to achieve from going to a bowl game and even winning the conference are still attainable.
Now for New Mexico, this is year 4 for Bob Davie, and things truly have turned around. They are 3-2. They won back-to-back games, and last week in stunning fashion, 24 unanswered points to end the game, and they beat New Mexico State.
Yeah, and that was their in-state rival, and winning those games, it does two things for your team. Number one, it gives you bragging rights for the rest of the year, but number two, it gives you that sense of confidence. And dating back to last season, the Lobos have won 4 out of their last 6 games, so they got a lot of swag coming into today.
Well, the guy who probably has the most confidence is their sophomore quarterback, Lamar Jordan. This guy is a stud. If you haven't seen him play, you do not want to leave Campus Insiders because Lamar Jordan is a highlight waiting to happen.
Yeah, he is most certainly the heart and soul of this offense, and when his game is on, they can put up a lot of points. But here's the thing with the triple option. It is all about ball consistency and him being able to read defenses. Can he make the right decision, whether he gives it off to his fullback, keeps it himself, or pitches it to the pitchman? He's proven he can do it. He's going to have to do it a lot here today.
Now, for Nevada, the guy who will be heavily involved in trying to stop Lamar Jordan is the guy coming off back-to-back double-digit tackle games in Matthew Lyons.
Yeah, and we saw Lyons put on a clinic last week in terms of tackles. 16 tackles against Buffalo, 12 tackles last week against UNLV. And he's a guy that, against that triple option, he's going to have to make plays in space. We saw him do it last week, but he's going to have a lot of opportunities today.
We are looking forward to this one. It is a great day for football in Reno.
Right. Go to the booth for the pregame.
Back. Paid.
Got him last week. Got him last week.
Last night I was up a couple $100.
Keep it up, Pack! Come on, Wolfpack! All right, Nevada! Keep it up, Pack! All right, Nevada! All right, Pack! Come on, Nevada! Come on, Nevada! Give it up, Wolfpack!
Everyone's getting fired up here. Mackey Stadium, Reno, Nevada. Coin toss happened just a moment ago. Nevada wins the toss. They'll defer New Mexico to get the football. And Darius, I'm real curious to see how Nevada reacts early in the game, coming off the disappointment from a week ago, how quickly they've put that behind them.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We mentioned the triple option that the Lobos run. The biggest thing that they're going to have to figure out and play is assignment football. Can they play assignment football? If guys are peeking in the backfield, like we've seen teams do against the Lobos in the previous weeks, they will hit you hard and hit you big.
Check that, Nevada will get the ball, New Mexico to kick it off. Elijah Mitchell and Rodney Lawson are deep for the Wolfpack. Jason Sanders to kick it off. He's one of the best at getting touchbacks in all of college football, 23 out of 31, and he hits a high, deep kick. No chance for Mitchell. So now we'll take a look at the Pistol offense run by their junior quarterback, Tyler Stewart. Stewart, 6'4", 220-pound junior from Simi Valley, California. Coming off a week against UNLV, he had career highs in attempts, completions, and rushing yards. He's got a banged-up offensive line. Their top 2 guards and their top backup, all 3 are out. So new guards are in there this week. We'll see how that affects their ability to run the football. Don Jackson, the senior tailback, he's a stud, one of the best in the Mountain West. And Jackson's gotten the football, and they gashed the Lobos on first down for 7 yards. Jackson, 424 yards on the season, also has 6 rushing touchdowns. He's the only senior that's a skill position guy on this Nevada offense. Very young group.
Yeah, so he's definitely the leader out there since he's got the most experience. They're looking for him to run for a lot of yards today.
He is one of the captains for this team. He's got the rock again, and he breaks a tackle, picks up the first down and more. Markel Bird with the tackle. Well, Don Jackson, referred to by head coach Brian Polian as the heartbeat of the team.
Yeah, and this is what the heartbeat does for you when you make a guy miss in just one-on-one space like that. Don Jackson able to get to the outside.
Jericho Richardson to catch, and the spin move. Richardson in the Lobo territory. Another first down. Lee Crosby with the tackle.
We're seeing some good momentum right now from Nevada on offense. It all starts with running the football for them. You know, in that game against UNLV last week, Ari, the numbers were kind of staggering from a rushing standpoint for Don Jackson in particular. He only had 47 yards on the ground. So when he rushes for a lot of yards, you see how productive this offense can be.
2 weeks ago, they ran for 289 yards in their win at Buffalo. That was the season high. They're going to have to be near there. And Tyler Stewart, too much on the throw. No one was near Jericho Richardson. And Richardson, with a fairly productive game today, will go over 1,000 yards in his career, joining Hassan Henderson, who's a wide receiver on the other side, number 12, as both guys will be over 1,000 in their career.
And that's so important. The passing game is so important right now for Nevada on offense. We mentioned how much they like to run the football. If they can back that defense up, get them out of that 8-man box because they can complete some passes, it's really going to open up some holes for that running game.
It's Butler, and Butler, good carry there on second down. Will bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. James Butler, the more explosive of the 2 running backs. They are a terrific 1-2 combination. Butler comes out of the game. We have a momentary stop and play. New Mexico is going to get a substitute into the game as Cranston Jones steps off onto the New Mexico sideline. Well, we talked about how important the ground game is for Nevada. When they outrush their opponents, 11-2. When they are outrushed, just 2-15.
That's definitely something we'll track during this game.
And Jackson, no place to go, does not get the first down. And Darius, I'll let you play head coach here. What do you do if you're Brian Polian on 4th and short?
Well, I think in this case, you know, coming off of the loss last week, you're trying to build some momentum, and you got a little bit right now going on in this drive and in this series. I say let the guys play. Go for it on 4th and short. Give it to one of those backs that we talked about. Don Jackson's in the game right now. Hand it off to him and let him do work.
4th and short. The give is to Jackson, and no place to go. The Lobos bury him for a loss, and it's going to be New Mexico football.
Well, that's exactly why you don't have me out there, Ari, as the offensive coordinator there, because obviously, you know, after the fact, you can say wrong call here, but you got to give the Lobos credit for crowding that line of scrimmage. I knew that they were going to run it. I feel like everyone in this stadium knew that they were going to run the football. Credit the Lobos for a big defensive stop on 4th down.
Yeah, Kimmy Carson right there, number 2, the first guy in on the play. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lobos. Their sophomore quarterback is Lamar Jordan. They have a great group of running backs. Lots of them will get touches today. And not much room there, a gain of 1.
Yeah, and that's what's most interesting, Ari, about this offense and this triple option. There's so many different backs that could touch the ball. When you look at them from the running back's perspective, I mean, we've got like 7 different guys we could literally see touch the football from the running back position. It's just amazing the depth that they have at that position.
Richard McQuarley had the first carry of the game. He's a big back, 210-pound sophomore from Mississippi. And they're going to option it, and Jordan's going to keep it. Flag is down, and Jordan forced out of bounds at the 50. If the play stands, it's a first down. Jordan coming off back-to-back performances that have really put him on the map. 147 rush yards against Wyoming, 157 against New Mexico State.
Offense, number 55, 10-yard penalty. We play second down.
Aaron Jenkins.
And that's really unfortunate for the Lobos because they were able to get to the edge that time of the Nevada defense, and that's going to be the big key in watching this game unfold, Ari, for that triple option that the Lobos run. Can they get to the edge? Can they get across the edge and make plays? They were able to do it that time, but shot themselves in the foot with the holding.
And this is a team that does not throw the ball particularly well, only 120 yards per game. That's 111th. in all of college football. Terrion Gibson takes the toss, and Gibson fights his way across the 40 and brings up a third and manageable situation. And Coach Davey told us last week, point of emphasis, getting touches for Terrion Gibson.
Yeah, they like what he can do. Last week he had 142 yards on the ground for them in that rivalry game against New Mexico State. But he's a guy that's sort of smaller of the backs. He's 5'8", 182 pounds. He's shifty, can make you miss in space.
And he's the guy, though, who is best at running between the tackles out of everybody, even though he's a little guy. Yeah. Third and 7. Quarterback draw. Jordan looks for a block on the outside. Can't get it. Matthew Lyons there to clean it up. Along with Kendall Jackson, the corner is the one who forced the play to stop, and Lyons came in to finish it off.
You know, we talked about Matt Lyons at the beginning of the broadcast and how important it's going to be for him to be able to make plays in space on that edge. He's the Sam linebacker for this defense, which means he's the first line of defense when balls come outside.
Lions tackle 47 on the season. That is tops in the Mountain West. Andrew Sellis is back deep. The punt from Rogers, and it runs into a Nevada player, recovered by New Mexico. Huge mistake on special teams. Elijah Mitchell touches the football, and New Mexico pounces on it, and they're going to have 1st and 10 at the Nevada 25.
And this is just really unfortunate for the Wolfpack. Sellis has got to call Peter. That's why they do this thing in practice where they have this Peter call where the returner is running up, waving his hands. You didn't see any of that from Sellis in this case. Just a lucky bounce for the Lobos. And Sellis he's got to be yelling and having that Peter call to let guys on the return team know they need to get out of the way and find the football. Weren't able to do it.
1st and 10. Jordan wants to throw, gets it to Gibson, and Gibson just short gain on 1st down, forced out of bounds by Jordan Dobridge. One thing I enjoyed this week is there's something about that middle linebacker position. Jordan Dobridge, considered the hardest working guy on his team. Coaches love him.
Yeah.
For New Mexico, same deal. Dakota Cox, middle linebacker. There's something about that position in college football that is like a higher standard of work ethic at that position.
Yeah, it's something that's really expected for that Mike linebacker to be the guy who's a no-nonsense type of guy, film junkie. Both teams definitely got it in their Mike linebackers.
David Anaya, the ball carrier, and no place to go. Nice job by the Wolfpack defense.
That's assignment football for the Wolfpack there.
Kevin McReynolds, 92. First guy in on the stop for the Wolfpack. So it brings up 3rd and long for the Lobos.
And this is exactly where, for Nevada, where they really want to get the Lobos in 3rd and long, because you talked about the numbers of passing and how they don't pass the football that much for New Mexico. So in 3rd and long situations, they put themselves in a bit of a predicament. They don't throw it very well, and if they run the option, they got to get a lot of yards. So this is exactly where Nevada wants to put them.
Jordan to throw, and right on target, and it's dropped. He couldn't put it in a better spot. Damian Gamlin, the intended target. Muhammad in coverage, but that throw was on the money.
It was on the money, and that literally is just a drop. Hit Gamblin in his hands. He has got to come down with the football in that case. And look at that. I mean, we talked about the passing and how Lamar Jordan doesn't throw the ball that often. That was a nice throw after standing in the pocket. Nice delivery, but you got to think those wide receivers may not be that accustomed to catching the football all that often.
42-yard attempt for Zach Rogers, has the distance, and it is good. So Zach Rogers, now the full-time place kicker for the Lobos, and he knocks in the triple. New Mexico with the early lead. We hope you're enjoying college football. Great way to spend a fall afternoon. We're coming to you from Reno, Nevada, Mackey Stadium. Ari Wolf, Darius Walker. Let's take a look at what happened on the punt, which led to the Lobos getting the first point of the game.
Yeah, and you hate to see these things in part of the kicking game, but Andrew Sellis there is trying to point out where the ball is. He's got to get a Peter call. It is his job to run up and make sure that everyone on the return team gets out of the way. Unfortunately, they were able to do that, but that's a learning moment for the redshirt freshman returner.
And there is Elijah Mitchell. He'd love an opportunity, but it doesn't happen very often. With this guy kicking, he has got a huge leg. So now 32 kickoffs, 24 touchbacks for Jason Sanders. And they may have to have somebody come in there and hold it, and they will. Cranston Jones will step in there, number 3. He might not even have to run downfield. He can just look up, see if this one's going out the back of the end zone. Save your strength. And goodbye to that one. Another touchback. He's quite a weapon. So Tyler Stewart and the Nevada offense, they had a pretty good drive going. It stalled in New Mexico territory when they could not convert 4th and 1. Now, Stewart is a different type of quarterback. He's not Colin Kaepernick. He's not Cody Fajardo. He's not a guy who's going to take off and run and make people miss. But he did run for a career-high 61 rush yards last week.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He really has embraced the job as the starting quarterback for this team. And, yes, his numbers aren't great when you compare him to the other quarterbacks that have come before him. But he's manageable. He knows how to take care of the football, and he's good at running his pistol offense.
James Butler is the tailback, second series for the Wolfpack. Stewart sits it out to Henderson. Henderson in space, and nice open field tackle there. That's Ricky Bennett. Check that, Lee Crosby in on the stop, number 5.
Yeah, Lee Crosby's just going to come in. Can't get a good shot on him from this angle, but he comes in and makes a nice play in space. And we talk all the time about Nevada and this pistol offense, trying to get something going in the air to get this defense to back up a little bit.
2nd and 8. Stewart wants to throw, pressure coming, delivers a strike, and it's caught by Wyatt Demps. And he is enough for a Wolfpack first down. Nice job there in protection.
Yeah, it's really nice when you have all kind of time and you got a quarterback in Tyler Stewart who can deliver the football. No pressure whatsoever. 7-on-7 style.
And Stewart runs it this time, and he has another first down. Ryan Santos to tackle.
And what we're seeing is Nevada run up to the line after they've had an explosive play or a big play and get a first down. They run up to the line and try to run a play quick. Still trying to build off that momentum and catch this defense off guard.
Stewart's got it. He fooled almost everybody except for Ryan Santos.
Santos makes a nice play in space there, because if Santos doesn't get him down, Stewart's still running right now. But an excellent job on the ball here. That's what this pistol offense is so great. It really keeps the defense off balance in what you're going to do. Tyler Stewart is reading the defense. He is reading what is happening. and making decisions on the fly. So it's hard to get a grasp on that as a defense.
Butler going to try to cut it and is able to and picks up the first down. Nifty bit of running there from James Butler.
Yeah, they love getting James Butler in space out here. Excellent blocking on the edge, and he just cuts the football up. Got to keep those legs, man. Keep those legs. He could still be running the pay dirt.
Stewart, pump fake. You know, he got hit on the throw. Richardson makes the catch. And not much place to go there. Dakota Cox, middle linebacker, one of the captains for this team, coming back from a serious injury a year ago. And this guy is just a warrior.
Yeah, he's coming off that ACL injury, but you talk about a guy with a high motor and really leads this defense. He makes the calls. He makes sure that they're in the right sets. He's the quarterback of the defense, as they say at Mike linebacker.
Kevin Cosgrove, the defensive coordinator for the Lobos. The defense that continues to get better. This year allowing 26 points per game, and they get enough of Butler to slow him down for a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
And that's the thing with this defense, Ari. When we talk with Cosgrove, he really talked about the aggressive style that they're trying to bring. They deal with multiple offenses. As you know, in this conference, you can see some of anything, but they want to keep their aggressive identity. They want to pressure the football.
3rd down. Stewart gets it to Butler, and he's going to get buried. It's going to be a loss on the play, and it's going to force a decision here for Brian Polian, and they will punt the football. Bird and Ross Schiller in to make the stop for the Lobos.
Again, this aggressive style defense, you see all these white jerseys everywhere. They are bringing pressure every single play. Coach told us they're getting back to that identity, so expect to see a lot of pressure from the Lobos.
It's a Lobo team that in the second half against New Mexico State last week allowed only 62 yards. And the punt from Boy is a good one. And can it be saved? Yes, it can. Matt Lyons inside the 1-yard line. Great job on special teams. Matthew Lyons not just doing it a linebacker, get done on special teams. Wolfpack getting the fans fired up here. 3-0 New Mexico. 2 coaches today, both of them doing very good jobs at their respective institutions. Both of them had different challenges in front of them. Polian now in his 3rd year. Took Nevada to a bowl game last season, to the New Orleans Bowl. And on the other side, Bob Davie, boy, he inherited a very tough situation. So 1st down at their own 1-yard line for the Lobos. Lamar Jordan and company just trying to push the pile, and they pick up about 1.5 yards, so a little bit more room to work with. Won't see Lamar Jordan under center all that much. There is Bob Davie in his 4th year. Now, to put it in perspective, in the 40 games before he got there, they were 3-37. 12-28, but the most important thing is in their last 6 games, they're 4-2. So they're certainly trending in the right direction.
They've definitely figured it out here, and you kind of see that with coaches when they get into their 4th year. You're looking at this roster, there's only a few players that weren't recruited by Bob Davie, so he's got his guys in his system ready to go.
Gibson trying to run between the tackles. He gets forced back. They'll give him forward progress to the 5. Imagine they will remain pretty conservative here. New Mexico offensive coordinator Bob DeBess. You just can't afford mistakes all the way backed up here. Curious what they'll do here on 3rd down. New Mexico 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far.
Yeah, and it's all about field position right now. We saw a couple of plays where they were trying to give themselves a little more space from that touchdown line or from that safety line in this regard, but not a team that passes a whole lot. So these situations in 3rd and somewhat long are tough.
The pitch, that's a dangerous pitch, and appears to be a loss of about 1/2 yard on the play. Damian Gamlin, the receiver, comes in there at tailback and can't get the 1st down, so New Mexico will be forced to punt. Zach Rogers in the game now. Sort of a crosswind he's dealing with.
Yeah, most certainly, but that's really where you see the limitations of the triple option. You know, when you're backed up in a certain situation where you need to get 5 to 6 yards, it's tough because everyone knows you're running that triple option. When you can't throw the football, it'll put you in situations like this sometimes.
Well, they want Lamar Jordan to get more consistent in his ability to throw the football. Sellis wants the fair catch. He misjudges it. The ball bounces right back up to him. And he had waved for the fair catch, so the play was dead once he secured the football. We will take a break. Great field position for the Wolfpack when we come back. Hello, Lake Tahoe. I mean, if we weren't here at the game, we had to do something else. I mean, Lake Tahoe, pretty good option.
Yeah, that'd be a good option. Either that or some golf somewhere, which we had a chance to get into.
We got some golfing yesterday. The whole Wolf theme, it's the Lobos, if you don't know your Spanish, which means wolves. We've got the Wolf Pack, and we played golf at Wolf Run.
Yeah, and we've got Ari Wolf
yes.
doing the game. That's a lot of wolf going on. Yeah, it's a lot. Most certainly is. But as we're getting a shot here of Nevada coming back on offense, this offensive line has had some issues over the last few weeks in terms of injuries, and we'll get into that a little more as you see the key losses here. Adam Corey, Engelmeyer as well.
Stewart right up the middle, and he picks up 6 yards on first down. So those are their top 3 guards heading into the season.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 guys in there who have not been starters, frankly haven't gotten a ton of reps, and this is a team that relies on the ground game. They have to step up.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's twofold, you know, relying on the ground game, but then also protecting the quarterback and Tyler Stewart. And it looks like we got an injured Lobo.
It's Ryan Santos.
Right, hopefully Santos is okay, but getting back to the offensive line, the key losses there, when you lose your starters, the guys who are used to playing, it inserts some young guys who don't have as much experience. And so it'll be interesting to watch the 2 new guards play as the game progresses.
Don Jackson, and he's upended after a couple of yards. Jackson's story is really remarkable, Darius. This is a young man who at one point in high school had a GPA of 0.1.
Yeah.
He was really involved in a lot of street gang-related activity. Just didn't look like a guy who was going to do anything with his life. And wow, did he turn it around. Managed to get his grades together. Now one of the leaders of this football team. All sides of the ball. I mean, this guy is a guy that everybody looks to. Pretty incredible that he managed to turn his entire life around. The guy, he'd never been outside of Sacramento before he went away to school.
Tough goings for sure.
Yeah, had to go to junior college. Yeah, love those kind of stories. That throw right on target and enough for a first down. Wyatt Demps the catch. Donnie Duncan the tackle.
And this offense continuing to try to get things going in the air. When you look at the defense for the Lobos, they got a lot of bodies in that box trying to stop the run. If the Wolfpack can pass the football, they can open up some lanes for that run. You get a shot at the first downs there. Lopsided right now for the Wolfpack.
Jackson, not much room that time. Just a couple of yards on first down. Ryan Langford gets in on the stop, senior from Davenport, Iowa.
You know, at the top, Ari, we talked about how Nevada may respond to a tough loss last week against UNLV. And what we're seeing right now is they've gotten back to the basics of what they do well, running the football and trying to open up lanes for their backs. Good sign right now for the Wolfpack.
54 yards on the ground on 11 carries. Stewart to throw, pump fake, got hit low, and pass a little too much on it, looking for Jericho Richardson.
That's good coverage that time by the Lobos.
Donnie White came in there to bring the pressure, and it did affect the throw just a little bit.
Yeah, we saw the pump fake there, but for the most part, at least throughout the first part of this game, and you get a shot here, Stewart trying to go deep. We've seen the protection be pretty good, and we mentioned the troubles in terms of injuries for the Nevada offensive line. So far, so good.
And they're going up against a New Mexico team with 19 sacks, one of the top 5 in the country. They had 7 a week ago, excuse me. Stewart buying time, looking downfield. And Stewart finally gets rid of it before he's forced out of bounds. He was very good moving to his right last week, just did not have an open target.
Yeah, in practice, they call that the scramble drill, where, you know, the wide receivers and the quarterback get out there and they're just kind of freelancing when things break down, as it did in that case. But unfortunately, Stewart unable to find an open wide receiver. But we've seen so far for Nevada, they've been able to move the football. It's just when they get close towards that Lobos territory, the drives have gotten stalled so far. But so far, they're moving the football. Just need to continue to try to punch it in.
Boyd trying to pin him deep, and he does it again, this time at the 6-yard line. Last time it was inside the 1. So Nevada winning the field position battle, and a real nice job so far by Alex Boyd. Preseason All Mountain West, and he continues to deliver during the 2015 season. 3-0 New Mexico leads Nevada on a windy afternoon in Reno. Visit CampusInsiders.com to check our schedule for over 3,000 live games and events. Campus Insiders is your home for live games, college sports highlights, videos on demand, and live studio shows. So New Mexico, second time this half, backed up inside their own 10-yard line. And Jordan hands it off, trying to run between the tackles, maybe a gain of a half yard on the play.
And here's the thing for the triple option is it's really about the 3 different options. You got handing it off to the fullback, or the quarterback keeps it, or he gives it to the pitch man. For most offenses, they want to hand it off to the fullback. That's the first option. Yep. They want to be able to get the fullback in some space in between that line. But so far, Wolfpack have really muddled things up in the middle. The Lobos haven't been able to get anything going offensively on the ground.
Jordan has not been able to get into space. Here he's got the football, and he decides not to pitch it. And there goes Lamar Jordan across the 20. This young man, as a sophomore, a captain, very popular player. He has become the leader of this offense.
And they really want him to improve on how he makes decisions on the edge. And you see some evidence here, understanding exactly what the defense is trying to do to you, keeping the football and getting himself in space. That's a first down for the Lobos.
First down of the game for New Mexico. The final second of the opener winding down. And Jordan again. And Jordan pitches it off at the last moment, and no place to run. Jarrell Presley, the carry. He's gotten 2 carries in the game, and they haven't gotten Presley going. Another one of the guys who's a featured back in the Mountain West. Well, a gorgeous day in Reno. Entertaining first quarter. New Mexico takes advantage of a turnover, and they lead 3-0. Set for the start of the second quarter. New Mexico leads 3-0. New Mexico riding a 2-game winning streak. They are 1-0 in Mountain West play. Nevada 2-3, coming off a very tough loss against their in-state rival UNLV a week ago. They are 0-1 in Mountain West play. Lamar Jordan, the quarterback. Gibson now at tailback. And Jordan's going to keep it and then flip it forward. That's going to be a pass play as that was forward. And very close to a first down. Baber comes in to get the stop. Baber, an outstanding freshman safety. He's got 3 interceptions in a little more than 2 games.
Yeah, that's quite a start to a freshman campaign, considering this guy was playing high school football a year ago. Right now it brings up a 3rd down situation. They're 0-3 on 3rd downs right now for the Lobos.
And they're trying to push the pile, and they do so. First down, McQuarley, the big back, 218 pounds. And he picks up the first down.
And they like that differentiator with the big back like that, especially at that fullback position where at the beginning of the triple option, they want to hand it off to him. Get that big body in there, allow that guy to fall forward for a few yards every time.
First 3rd down conversion for the Lobos. And not much there on first down. Baber comes in to get another stop.
That is exactly how you're supposed to play the triple option right there. That's literally putting on a clinic. If you drew it up on the board, Ari, it would be that. You stretch the football out, force the offense to stretch itself all the way to the outside and just wall it off where there's nowhere to go. Excellent job that time by the Wolfpack.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Nevada all over this one, lost a 2 on the play. Raheem Yates comes in to make the tackle, and he's got fresh legs.
He most certainly does, fresh off of the suspension. You see Yates here, he's 55, coming up in the middle of that screen, in the middle of that defense. Excellent job. They're so excited to have him back. In his career coming in today, he's got 98 career tackles. He's back in the rotation now, and they're excited to have him.
Timeout on the field, 12:44 to go till halftime. Lobos trying to continue this march. They've got 3rd and long. (3-0) New Mexico on top. Do you have what it takes to cover college sports? Campus Insiders is looking for someone to join our broadcast team in Arizona during the College Football Playoff Championship Week. Deadline is December 4th. For more information and contest guidelines, visit campusinsiders.com/guest reporter. Lamar Jordan, a little Houdini act, but he will not get the first down. Bertrando, the backup middle linebacker, brings him down.
That's a big stop for the Wolfpack, and continuing this field position battle so far. Nevada has just dominated the field position because the Lobos cannot seem to get that triple option going right now. But you got to give credit to the Wolfpack playing assignment football right now.
Zach Rogers the punt, and this is a towering high boot. Sellis all the way back at his 20. Terrific job, Zach Rogers.
So Nevada coming back on offense, and what we've seen, Ari, has been somewhat interesting because we've seen them move the football down the field. They've had some opportunities in the running game, made a few passing plays as well. They've been able to drive the football, but they just stall getting towards the red zone. You get a look at Stewart's numbers there. 28 passing yards, 6 of 9 passing.
But it's not much yards per completion,
yeah,
though. They're not stretching the field
passes
at all. Butler, and Butler making people miss, gets to the outside. James Butler. Markel Bird forces him out of bounds, but Butler is a really electrifying sophomore.
Yeah, and this is the difference between Butler and Jackson to me, is that ability to make a guy miss in space and turn those burners on. That's why they really like James Butler and the dimensions that he adds from the running back position, even though they got another guy in Don Jackson who can tote the rock as well.
Butler 4 carries, 31 yards. It's Butler again, and Butler running over people. James Butler into New Mexico territory, down at the 46. Cranston Jones finally brings him down, but he is running hard.
That's what gets me jazzed, Ari, when he is running hard like this. Watch him take defenders with him, throwing guys off with that body and keeping those legs churning. Boy, as a former back myself, Ari, I appreciate it.
18 yards. I don't feel like you ran over a lot of people. You usually ran around them.
Check the film.
Yeah. We can just watch the Darius Walker highlight reel. Fortunately, we live in the same community, so I check it out every day if I need to. Another good carry there from Butler. Crosby the tackle. Check the tape.
Well, speaking of the tape with James Butler right now, what you're seeing is a guy get in a flow. You know, you hand the ball off to him once, he goes for 10. You give it to him again, he goes for 12. You give it to him a third time, and now he's continuing to deliver. And you get in that groove, Ari, as a former back. I can tell you, when you get in that groove, you really want to be able to continue to be fed the football. Right now, we have an injured
Lobo, yeah, at about the 42-yard line. That's Ryan Santos. So you see the rush yards. That's critical because I mentioned off the top, this is a program in Nevada, 11-2 when they outrush their opponents. Just 2-15 when they're outrushed. And when they're over 200 yards, they're 10-3, under 200. 3-14.
And that's really the key, is that 200-yard number. Can they get there? They're already halfway there, and where are we? We're at the beginning of the second quarter, so right now they're getting exactly what they want in terms of production out of their run game.
Don Jackson, the senior, back in at tailback. He's got 6 carries for 20 yards. And it's Jackson, and they're running between the tackles, and they've really got, considering they've got those backups in at guard, they are dominating the line of position in the point of attack.
They most certainly are winning that line of scrimmage battle. And in the game against UNLV last week, they lost it. We saw them lose it, and now we're seeing them take control of that line of scrimmage, which is opening up holes for their 2 great backs.
Jackson out of the game, Butler back in. And it's Butler, and he's not getting touched till 3 yards downfield. He falls forward for Nevada first down. Ross Schiller, the tackle for the Lobos.
And that's the thing with the 2-back system is you really get 2 different guys in there, and you keep them fresh. One guy's good at one thing, one guy might be a little bit better at another thing, but it keeps them both fresh. And when you can make that system work, man, can it be dangerous. Especially when you got 2 unselfish guys.
Yeah, well, you told me you always wanted the ball, and so you were a selfish back.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Butler, look at him go. James Butler, he is really got it going right now. It's like he's just seeing that hole, and you see the burst from Butler.
And it's all happening at the line of scrimmage. Look at this hole right here as James Butler comes in. Nice cut back on that side, just feeling it right now. He's really feeling it right now. You open up those holes, you give him a little bit of crease. Let the back do what he does.
It's Butler, and again, I mean, they are just moving people up front, picks up the first down. But the key for New Mexico is they've been very good red zone defense. They got to limit Nevada to a field goal attempt. And if last week's any indication, the Lobos feel like they're a second-half team.
Yeah, they most certainly are. We mentioned the yardage in the second half of last week's game where they only gave up 62 yards in the second half. That's making corrections and halftime adjustments. And so far today, the Wolfpack are starting to gash them in the running game.
Stewart keeps it. And Stewart gets a block, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Second rushing touchdown of the season for Tyler Stewart, and a real good-looking drive. And they just kept it on the ground, kept it on the ground.
And kept it on the ground even more. But it's what happens when you can run the football in between the tackles. You start to get that defense huddling inside. Quarterback keep around the corner. No one's there. It's an excellent drive by the Wolfpack.
Extra point is up and good from Brent Zuzo. 7-3 Wolfpack, 8-play drive, 80 yards. They take 8:54 off the clock, and Stewart, the junior quarterback, gets in for the touchdown. Outstanding drive from the Wolfpack. They go 80 yards. Butler, the star of the drive. He now has 9 carries for 75 yards. Stewart gets the rushing touchdown. 13-yard touchdown run for Tyler Stewart.
Running the football is the difference. It has been running the football for the Wolfpack.
Wiggins and Chestnut are deep, and if Wiggins gets his hand on the football, watch out. Number 24 does not have a kickoff return for a touchdown this season, but has 4 in his career. Since Davies been there, they've had 7 kickoff returns for touchdowns.
And just to give you more numbers on Wiggins, he ranks 7th among active players in average per kickoff return. So They don't want to get this guy going at all. Kick it over his head every time.
Well, at this elevation, 4,500 feet above sea level, you're not going to get many opportunities in the return game. Darius, take us through the touchdown.
Well, for the Wolfpack, it all starts with that offensive line and running the football inside. They did it 5 or 6 times in a row where they ran the football inside, and then Tyler Stewart just kept it and got to the edge and took it to the house. But that's why the pistol can be so dangerous, because if you can find some success on that interior of that defense, you got a quarterback that can run a little bit, it'll hurt you.
Matt Lyons gets the stop on Terrion Gibson, but a good carry on first down. We haven't seen a lot of that. New Mexico getting 5 or 6 on first down. It's a New Mexico team, second highest scoring team in the Mountain West, just under 35 points per game. Second best running attack in the Mountain West at 290 yards per game.
Yeah, they put up some numbers specifically on the ground. When you look at the last 3 seasons, they've ended up in the top 5 in rushing at the end of the year. So this is a team that knows how to run the football, specifically in that triple option.
Wiggins in at tailback, and Wiggins has got the football, and this guy can fly. And Wiggins stumbles forward to the 38-yard line. Sonny Rufus makes the tackle. One of those 2 freshman safeties back there, Rufus and Baber. Rufus a redshirt freshman, Baber a true freshman.
But watch Reese White here. He's number 80 out in front of us. Watch him lay out and chop the defender. We didn't get a chance to see it on
Mitchell
on there, but it was a nice chop block by the tight end. Like to see the big boys out there running.
Reese White, one of the captains for the Lobos. Gamlin in motion. And the handoff is in the inside, and again on first down, they pick up 6 yards. Gibson, the ball carrier, and again, you know, it's surprising because Gibson's, they list him at 182. He looks more like 170 when you see him up close, but he's their best runner between the tackles.
Yeah, and sometimes, Ari, it's all about just having a knack for that. You know, you got guys that are not afraid of contact and just have an innate ability to be able to run in between the tackles, and it really doesn't have anything to do with size. More heart than anything.
This time the give is to the fullback and just a yard there. McQuarley, the ball carrier. They haven't been able to get the football in the hands of the fullback and make things happen yet.
Yeah, and that's always the first read, again, in that triple option. But specifically with this series, this is exactly where the Lobos want to be. 3rd down and somewhat short. That triple option favors well to this.
The Lobos 1 for 5 on 3rd down. Ramel Jordan in the game at tailback. David Anaya to the right of Lamar Jordan. And Jordan, the pitch. Jordan's got it and will not get the first down. It's very close. This could be an interesting decision here for New Mexico. They just saw Nevada run it down their throat.
Sure.
And their defense has got to be a little tired. What are you thinking here?
Well, you know, last time when it was the other way around and Nevada had 4th down, I said they should give it to their back and run it, and it didn't work. So in this case, in a close ball game, I say conventional wisdom would tell you punt the football. But now we're talking about one of the best rushing attacks in all of college football. Let the guys do what they do best. This is a big call and a gutsy call from Bob Davie.
4th and 1. Jordan the pitch, first down and more. That was well done. Lamar Jordan made the right decision, pitches it to Terrion Gibson, who picks up the New Mexico first down.
You know, when we talk with offensive coordinator for New Mexico, Bob DeBess, he talked about Lamar Jordan making the right decisions on the edge of defenses. And that's what you saw there on that first down, was him make the right choice in pitching the football. They think he's really improved in understanding that offense and knowing how to do things when he gets to the edge.
They are now 9 for 11 on 4th down this season. That's amazing. Jarrell Presley, not much doing there, just 3 yards on the play. Well, Bob Davie talked to us about, you know, when you have this many good running backs, you want to get a bunch of guys touches, but he said it's both a blessing and a curse. Because, Darius, you want to get, if a guy gets rolling, you want to keep feeding him the football, but with this many guys, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, you know, we saw that on the other side with James Butler, where he was really getting in a groove, and they kept feeding him the football. Yeah, I can tell you from experience as a running back, when you're in there and you run 2 times, and then you got to go out and come back in. It really kind of messes with your flow in terms of getting in that groove.
Jordan is going to keep it himself and drag down. That's a terrific player there. Jared Joseph, backup defensive end, comes in there, shows good speed against Jordan, who can move.
Yeah, look at Joseph here, the big man running down the quarterback, getting to that sideline and using those big paws to grip on cloth. I thought he had
him there.
Chance. Yeah. He had a chance. That's just an excellent job by Joseph.
Well done.
The freshman.
Yeah. So 3rd down. Jordan the throw, and it is caught, and it is enough for a New Mexico 1st down. He saw the read, saw Gamblin, and threw it where no defender could touch it.
And that's what they really like about Gamblin, is he's been the guy who's been the most consistent wide receiver out of this group. Now you also have to table and really understand that they don't throw the football a lot.
I mean, last year their leading receiver had 16 catches. He now has 17.
Yeah.
So, you know, they don't throw it a lot. But
keep it in perspective, but when they do, Gamblin's been very effective.
Gibson into space. Terrion Gibson. He will take it for 6. Touchdown, Lobos.
Terrion Gibson on the carry.
38 yards, Terrion Gibson. His 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And just like that, New Mexico on top, 9-7.
Talk about answering the call there for the Lobos, responding to a touchdown from the Wolfpack. That's a nice drive.
Kick is on the way, and it is good from Zach Rogers. Quite a response from the Lobos. They march it down the field, and Terrion Gibson, little shake and bake, gets into space untouched for the score. Terrion Gibson, Texas native. He may not have the size. You think of him as a guy who wants to run between the tackles. On the touchdown run, Darius, he started off between the tackles untouched and showed that speed to the outside.
He showed that speed. You really saw him running almost like a track runner there, waving those arms and moving those arms to get that speed up. Right now, he's got 57 yards on the ground, just getting started. Not even halftime yet.
Lawson and Mitchell are deep. And Sanders the kick, and once again, there will be no return. We've got a theme. We may not have a kick return on the game.
Running theme right now. No kickoff returns. But now it's answering the bell, answering the call. First Nevada went down, scored a touchdown. You get a look at their rushing numbers right now, 136 total between their 3 stars. Then the Lobos came right back. Gibson had the 38-yard touchdown run, and so now falls right back to Tyler Stewart and this offense to answer the call.
Tyler Stewart in the pistol. Don Jackson, the tailback. Stewart wants to throw, dumps it off to Gibson, the big tight end, and the tight end stumbles, but does pick up a Nevada first down. Ricky Bennett to stop it. Gibson, one of the real leaders of this team, the junior from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, this is a nice little wrinkle for the pistol offense there. Get Gibson on space, and once again, we see Nevada rush up to the line of scrimmage after a nice play.
Right back at it, it's Don Jackson. One man to beat, and Jackson forced out of bounds by Lee Crosby. Don Jackson showed he's got some burst too.
He's like, hang on, let me raise my hand here. I'm still around. Ladies and gentlemen, says Don Jackson here. Watch him get to the edge of that line. One stiff arm, and then showing the speed. Almost stayed in bounds all the way. If he'd have tiptoed that, took that to the house, that would have been a nice
gotten like a Darius Walker award or something.
Listen,
for fine footwork.
I tell you, man, I'll roll down there and give him a pat on the back right now.
You just gonna leave me hanging, just bail on me, head down to the field?
Just want to give
Can
a
you
guy
talk to him after the game, perhaps? Donnie White in on the stop there on Butler, along with Nick D'Avanzo. Nick D'Avanzo checking out of the game right now, 91. He was banged up last week. They knew he'd be limited today.
Yeah, he's coming off that hamstring injury, so he's been slowed. But James Butler back into the ball game now. Would have been nice to see Don Jackson take that play off and get back in since he had the nice run.
Butler and James Butler, the touchdown. I love touchdowns.
I got to tell you, Ari, I mean, I got to quote the great Black Eyed Peas. I had a feeling that someone was going to be able to take the distance. That's why I said Don Jackson could have been in the game, because the next one was to the house. But James Butler takes advantage, and that'll way to answer the call for the Wolfpack.
A 4-play drive, 75 yards. Zuzo, the extra point, up and good. James Butler gets it in the end zone, and this Nevada offense, back-to-back drives, running it down the field. 14-10, Wolfpack back in front, 2:37 to go in the first half. Look, we got little cheerleaders, we got grown-up cheerleaders.
Everybody's happy, especially when your team's up.
Well, if you quote the Black Eyed Peas again, we'll get you some pom-poms and see what kind of dance you can do.
You'll see me and will.i.am on Instagram next week.
Can't
guys.
wait. Oh, a chance at a kick return here. And it is. It's Daryl Chestnut. And Chestnut brought down at the 20. Alex Bertrando, nice stop on special teams to New Mexico. 2 timeouts, 2:32 to go in the half, but keep in mind this is a team that's not much of a threat to throw the football. They've got to do what they do, but they got to move quickly. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage.
They really do got to get a little bit of a hustle on. When you think about a 2-minute offense in the triple option, it's really just running up to the line of scrimmage and still running the same plays. But they got some time to be able to answer the call again. It's all going to start with Lamar Jordan.
We got to get Darius doing those push-ups. Gibson, who scored a touchdown on his last carry, has the rock. And they push the pile forward, gain of 4, and you'd think they'd start to have more of a sense of urgency
That's
here.
it, just a sense of urgency. Try to get up to the line of scrimmage a little quicker, get the play in a little faster. Trying to drive down the field and put some points on the board before halftime.
Taking a good chunk of time off the play clock here. They keep it on the ground, right up the gut. They pick up a first down. The clock will stop while the chain gang moves into place. Elijah Moody with the stop, but real nice push that time from the offensive line.
Yeah, nice run by Tyrone Owens there.
Yep.
Getting in the middle of that defense.
Redshirt freshman from Manor, Texas. We've got a theme in the Mountain West. There's a lot of tailbacks from the state of Texas.
Yeah. They run the ball well out there.
Gambling now in the backfield. And no place to go. Jordan Dobrich, middle linebacker. Coach Poian says the hardest working guy on the team in the weight room, in the film room, in the classroom.
Yeah, also one of the smartest guys on the team. I mean, he's an engineering major.
3.8 GPA, yeah.
Extremely smart player, hard-working guy. You like to see him get in there and do his damage. But the play clock right now in the running for the Lobos is very interesting. We've got a minute left in the game, and there's no hurry up. There's no sense of urgency right now.
They get it to Gamble, and he makes a couple guys miss, and then out of bounds. He does not have the first down, but it stops the clock with 50 seconds. And they're getting a little bit closer. Wouldn't surprise me if they take a shot or two to get in field goal range. Now that they're no longer, now that they're no longer backed up.
Yeah, well, it's not their strong suit, but you like to think that this could be a time where you could take a shot. 50 seconds left in the game, 3rd down and short. Everyone's expecting that triple option. I'm in the half, 50 seconds left in the half, but now's the time to take a gamble. You can take a shot.
Reese White, their tight end, is pretty good down the middle of the field. They keep it on the ground with Gibson and no place to go. And I think they'd use a timeout here if they're trying to get points. And there is a timeout.
Yeah, the clock management right now.
Ian Seau in on the stop for the Wolfpack. We have not called his name much over the past couple of weeks. Related to the late Junior Seau, one of the all-time great linebackers in both college and NFL history. It's a lot to live up to carrying that Seau name.
Most certainly
Not
is.
just how you play, but how you carry yourself. I mean, Junior Seau, one of the most popular players.
Absolutely, but you see Ian Seau here in his size. He's got that NFL-type build. You like to see your defensive ends over 6'2", over 250 pounds. So he's got a shot, and coming from that lineage, man, tremendous. But right now, again, the clock management has really been interesting for me, you know.
There you see the resemblance.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks a lot like Junior
does
did.
look a lot like him. Incredible.
Well, linebackers can come in many different packages because of my job during the week. I work with Willie McGinnis.
Yeah.
He is a linebacker unlike any other man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
His back is the size of a state. He is a monster.
There's some comparison
And
there. Wait, which state, though?
Let's go Montana.
Montana?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's wide.
All right, cool. You said Texas. I was like, whoa. It's a big man.
New Mexico is going to punt it away here. Very conservative offensively here late in the half for the Lobos. And Rogers, the rugby-style kick. And Sellis off the bounce. Fair catch inside his own 20. I'll be curious to see what Nevada elects to do. 38 seconds. The wind has died down, so it wouldn't be as much of a factor. They've got an outstanding kicker in Brent Zuzo. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
Well, I mean, conventional wisdom can go one of two ways here, Ari. For number one, you say take a couple of shots. You're up, you have a lead, take a few shots, see if you can get down close in that territory, maybe kick a field goal or better. But then the other side says, you know, you're up 4 points. Why not just take a knee, go into halftime up 4, live to fight another day?
Where's the fun in that? Come on, let them play.
Fun in that is in the victory at the end of the game.
Yeah, well,
That's
we're
where
not even at halftime yet. Let's watch them play. And it's Butler, and Butler spins for a gain of 3 yards. And Nevada content to let the clock run.
Hey, I told you, man.
Final play of the half. Well, maybe one day you can be a super conservative head coach. No risk taking from Darius Walker. Let's keep it safe.
injured Lobos here.
Yeah, we do have an injured Lobo down there. One thing to look forward to at the half, we're going to go big picture Nevada Athletics. Darius Walker will have an interview with the Nevada Athletic Director. We'll also have stats and highlights, and Jordan Cornette back in our Chicago studios. Going to be talking a little Fresno State, Utah State. Want to remind everyone, coming around Tuesday this coming week, Mountain West Basketball Media Days, hoop season around the corner. Campus Insiders
You'll
will
be
have
there
you
for
covered.
that.
I will.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Looking forward to that. Working with my old buddy Blaine Fowler. Blaine Fowler and I have been going at it for a long time, but we met.
Yeah.
Blaine Fowler and I were in the booth. You were on the sideline covering Mountain West football.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It all comes back full circle.
Full circle. Halftime here in Reno. Nevada leads New Mexico 14-10. Perfect weather, great atmosphere. New Mexico there. Terrion Gibson gets the score. Nevada 4-point lead as they head to the locker room. Go Big Blue. That's the theme here in Nevada, Mackey Stadium. Hope you're having a great time on this college football Saturday. We are in the heart of Mountain West Conference play. Ari Wolf and Darius Walker. And Darius, New Mexico down 4, but given how well they played in the second half last week and how explosive Lamar Jordan is at quarterback, they're getting the ball first. They're in a very good position to try to sneak out of here with a win.
Yeah, and you really got to look at the numbers from last week, because really what's tremendous is they scored 24 unanswered points to win that game against New Mexico State. So yes, they are adaptive. They know how to go in at halftime and make adjustments, and we're going to see if they can come out and duplicate from a week ago.
Last week, 24 unanswered to beat New Mexico State 38-29. They were down 29-14, so down 14-10 can't seem like that tall a mountain to climb right now.
Not a big deal for the Lobos.
But Nevada, clearly, they've got it going. You see here 2-22 and trailing at the half, but last week they changed the script on that storyline. Carlos Wiggins is deep, along with Daryl Chestnut. Brent Zuzo will kick off, and it's a pooch kick. That's a heck of a catch made there. And the return is to the 30-yard line. Frankly, had he let that ball go, it might have bounced and gone outside the field of play. They would have got it at the 40, but still pretty good field position for New Mexico.
It's hard to think about those things in the heat of battle.
Oh, it's a high degree of difficulty on the catch on the return. Lamar Jordan, 5 of 6, and frankly, it should have been perfect.
Yeah.
Because the only incompletion, it was a perfect throw.
Well, a lot of them have been short passes, too, so we haven't yet to see them open it up in terms of going deep and throwing deep. Maybe we can see some of that in the second half.
Not really what they do. And a gain of close to 4 yards on first down. Jarrell Presley, the ball carrier, he didn't get many touches in the first half, Darius. They had 10 different guys touch the football in the ground game. Is that too many?
You know, you got to think that it is, because we've seen on the other side for Jackson and Butler in Nevada that they feed off of that flow, getting in a rhythm on the field. And when you don't touch it that much because you have so many different options, sometimes it can still that offense.
And Jordan in trouble here. No place to go. Well defended by the Wolfpack. L.J. Jackson, Jordan Dobrich both in on the play, and they strung that out perfectly. There was no place to go.
That is ideally what you want to do in terms of a defense when you're going against that triple option, is just string it out. Force the quarterback to run all the way outside. Everyone stays on their keys and their assignments, and eventually he's just going to run out of bounds because there's no more room to go.
Third down, New Mexico in the first half, 2 for 8 on third down. The throw, the catch, it's Reese White. He has the catch and a New Mexico first down. Just the 4th catch of the season for Reese White. He is a trusted target on this team, and his coaching staff says he's the best player on their team.
Yeah, most certainly. They like him down the field, too, as an option out of that tight end position. He doesn't get many opportunities because of the style of this offense, but when he does and he's targeted, he makes plays.
Owens, Anaya, and Gibson. It's Owens, and Owens picks up, call it 2.5 on first down. Jordan Dobrich, another tackle.
And the thing that we have yet to see from the Lobos on offense is all those long runs when you watch the film over the last 2 weeks. I mean, they literally have put on a clinic in terms of 70-yard runs and 50-yard runs out of that triple offense. And so far today, the Wolfpack have been able to stifle that running game, and they're not allowing them to get those big plays that they're so used to.
Yeah, last week, for the 4th time in 5 games, they had a 50-plus touchdown run. Little trickery here, and they almost lose the football, and they get buried for a loss. Ian Seau, Matthew Lyons not fooled on the play one bit, and it was kind of a risky play, but they wanted to get it in the hands of Ridge Jones, who is a playmaker, redshirt junior.
Well, this all starts with Lenny Jones, number 94. He's the first guy to get there, stops him enough to where the cavalry can come back, and that's a big win for the Wolfpack on defense because it sets up a 3rd down and long. And what have we talked about all day about the triple offense? This is its nemesis, 3rd down and long, because you can't pass the football. If you're not used to throwing the football and you got to get 10 yards, it puts that offense in a tough spot.
Jordan, the throw, catch is made. One man misses. Fight for the first down. Boy, it's close. We're going to have another 4th and short. It's Delane Hart-Johnson to catch, and they really like him. They think he's got a huge upside. Big target. Sophomore from Philadelphia.
Yeah, you mentioned his size, 6'4", 210 pounds. He's a JUCO transfer, and so what they really like about him is they think he's improving from week to week. He's a guy that'll continue to build up the offense, and you'll catch him coming across the middle of your screen there, making a couple guys miss. You'd like to see that out of your big target at wide receiver.
4th and 1. Jordan's got to keep it himself. Jordan cuts it back, gets inside the 40. Rufus, the tackle. There is a flag down, however.
This is just an excellent read.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense, number 51, number 55. 15-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Now New Mexico has to punt it away. Critical penalty.
Yeah, they most certainly do. How often do you see two guys with the same penalty on the same play there?
Mahina and Jenkins.
Mahina and Jenkins there.
And Bob Davie, a little frustrated right now.
Yeah, you can't be happy. He had something going there. Looked like Jordan had gotten the first down and was able to move the sticks. So when you shoot yourself in the foot in tough situations like that, it's hard because they're trying to clamber back and pull some of that momentum from the Wolfpack. Not a good start in the second half for the Lobos.
Rogers to punt. Sellis hoping for a chance at a return. Fair catch sign at the 24. So the Lobos take 4 minutes off the clock. Generate a couple first downs. We'll get our first look at the second half at Tyler Stewart and the Wolfpack offense. Don't take away
Just telling you, man, it's nice.
Nice scenics. Good hustle from the crew. Just a couple yards there for Don Jackson.
That's been the key difference. I mean, we did the game last week against UNLV. I mean, this running game for the Wolfpack was really just held in check. They were not able to do a lot. You know, we talk about Don Jackson last week. He only had 47 yards rushing already today.
It's Jackson again. He tries to hurdle the defense. Picks up maybe a yard and a half. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that's not always the safest play for the running back position, hurdling a guy, leaving your footing there. Ball security can become an issue on the way down. You want to make sure you protect that football, but brings up a pivotal 3rd down right now for the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. Looks like the blitz is coming. They like to bring pressure. Kevin Cosgrove, the defensive coordinator. And boy, Stewart goes down. A flag comes in. Garrett Hughes showed great quickness. Stewart seems to be okay.
Let's see what the call is. Looks like it might have been a face mask. Not 100% sure here. But if it is against the Lobos, they had an opportunity to get off the field.
Personal foul. Defense, number 95. Unnecessary roughness. High hit on the quarterback. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
We mentioned Garrett Hughes on the tackle and on the play. He's the one that gets the call. He's number 95. Watch him in that interior line.
Oh, yeah,
just clotheslines.
Yeah.
Tyler Stewart there.
That's a pretty easy call.
They're going to throw that every time.
Think about this, Darius. On their drive, a penalty stops their drive.
Right.
And then they allow Nevada to get a fresh set of downs on a penalty. So the penalty is really hurting the Lobos.
It's mental. It's all mental errors right now in terms of the second half for the Lobos.
The Wolfpack have not been penalized. New Mexico 3 penalties, 40 yards.
You should know that's different from what they were a week ago. The amount of penalties that the Wolfpack had.
Stewart's going to keep it and try to get to the edge, and he's not going to get there. Cranston Jones, the corner, makes the play. Senior from Mesquite, Texas.
Nice sized cornerback at 5'8", 172 pounds, but he's very athletic, which is what you like about him. Being able to bring a guy like Tyler Stewart down in space is not easy to do.
Jericho Richardson, and Richardson close to the 50-yard line. We'll call it 3rd to short 5. Lee Crosby, the tackle.
It's also interesting still, we're not seeing a lot of vertical passing plays right now from either side. Both
I think
teams
you're just
heavily
hoping for
focused on
that.
the run. I am. You know, secretly, I'm like, man, I'd love to see just somebody try it. Take a shot.
Hassan Henderson, we have not seen thrown in his direction, not a single time. He's not in the game right now. He was banged up a week ago.
Yeah. He's their big play guy.
The give is to Jackson. He will not get the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down, a little less than 3 yards. And Nevada, it appears they will punt the football.
You talk about conservative play calling on both sides, really, so far in the third quarter. No one really trying to open it up.
Alex Boyd, one of the best punters in the Mountain West. And he hammers this one. Wiggins going to let it go, and it goes into the end zone. He's too good.
Yeah, sometimes. Too powerful of a leg.
Well, he step away, 8:19 to go in the third. New Mexico trails by 4. They'll have the football when we come back. Welcome back. 14-10 our score. Nevada in front. Campus Insiders has joined forces with Go90TM, the app that lets you watch Campus Insiders live games on the go. Find the game you're looking for, turn your phone 90 degrees, and you are set. Download the app now at go90app.com. But it's good to have a younger partner. You can help me out with technology, get all these things working for me.
I got you going. I'll help you download the apps and all that stuff. You don't really know how to toggle things and move things around. Don't worry, partner. I got you.
I appreciate that. Keep me young. Sun starting to set. Lamar Jordan, see, averaging over 80 yards per game. He hasn't done much so far. Here he's going to check down and throw, and it's not an accurate throw. Looking for Gibson.
And this is the problem sometimes with the triple option is you get your quarterback in a groove of not really throwing the football. He's not used to dropping back, finding a receiver, and delivering an accurate pass. And you see in that case where just a little rusty because he's just not used to doing it a whole lot. Short hop.
Well, Jordan is the spark for this team. They get him out into space. 157 yards on the ground last week in their comeback victory against New Mexico State. And here's Gibson. He's in trouble. Sayal takes him down. Big loss on the play. Ian Sayal, well done.
And this can happen sometimes when you go in at halftime and come back out. You're used to playing the team. Now you know what to look out for. And Ian Sayal there, not fooled by the fake to the interior back there. That's an excellent play.
And Sayal has really stepped up. We mentioned that we haven't talked a lot about him through last week and the early part of today, but start mid-second quarter, he stepped up his game. You see the sack leaders. That last play, his 5th tackle for a loss on the season.
And think about that, with Ian Sayal and Lenny Jones, both those guys on the same team with 4 sacks. That's
Gibson
nice.
the catch, and Gibson fights, and he helps his special teams unit. It's going to be 4th down, and they'll be forced to punt. Jordan Dobrich, Matthew Lyons in on the play. Rogers on to punt. Sellis is back deep. Rogers been very effective in the kicking game. That's a line drive kick. It's going to take a favorable bounce, and Sellis steps out of bounds. So, real good kick there from Rogers, and no yards on the return. We will step away. Tyler Stewart, the Wolfpack offense, back on the field. Shots at downtown Reno. Circus. Good friend Todd Andrews, our outstanding producer, was there last weekend. He's joined us this week over at the Sierra Grand Resort. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Makes me nervous, but successful. I don't like to see him throwing up that high in the air. My sister was a gymnast. Bad things can happen. James Butler, the tailback, 1st and 10. Butler, untouched till he gets the first down, and he's still going. Oh, James Butler. Down to the 40. Finally, Markel Bird with the tackle. He's had more bursts today than his wingman.
You can definitely see that he's got a pep in his step. But watch Bird come here and not wrap up. Coaches will kill in terms of looking at the film afterwards to say you got to bring your pads and wrap up. And we see the Wolfpack get right to that line of scrimmage again and run the football.
Nick Diavanzo, the tackle. Gain of 5 on 1st down. Butler, 14 carries, 127 yards. Check that. He's up to 132 yards. He's averaging almost 9 yards a carry.
Don't shortchange him now.
And no place to go this time. Boy, he is stuffed. Kimmy Carson, Lee Crosby come in there. Kimmy Carson is some athlete. Redshirt sophomore, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, he and Lee Crosby come in here and make this play. An excellent job, but we talk about the aggressive style that the Lobos want to play on defense. I mean, they're literally blitzing most of the time. In most plays, they're going to line up 8 guys, 7 guys in the box, and they're going to bring pressure. That's their style. They think it works for them.
Blitz is coming. Stewart all kinds of time and completes it. It's Richardson. Jericho Richardson gets down to the 32-yard line. Bird makes the tackle. Give the credit to the Union and the running backs providing protection.
Yeah, the blitz came and they picked it up nicely, which allowed Stewart to just stand in the pocket and deliver a pass. But boy, Richardson has an open field across the way. He doesn't realize that Bird is tailing him. He could have crossed that field and potentially made it all the way to pay dirt. But an excellent play from the junior wide receiver.
47 yards in the game now for Richardson. Needs 9 more to get to 1,000 in his career. Jackson and no place to go. Nicely done. Ryan Langford from the linebacker position steps up in there. And he went to Iowa Western Community College, same place Don Jackson went, so they're getting reacquainted.
Yep. Good to see you there, brother. Ryan, he's the senior. He's got that big size at 6'4", 235 pounds.
Hassan Henderson is back in the game. He's at the bottom of your screen. Big target. No place to go for Butler. Boy, they were coming from all angles. 95, Garrett Hughes in there. 5, Lee Crosby, Donnie White. So this has been an area we've seen Nevada struggle on the field. The inability at about this point in the field to not settle.
They most certainly have had issues. They've been able to drive the football almost the length of the field to about the 30-yard line, and then from there, you got to credit the Lobos for applying more pressure and holding up against that rushing attack for Nevada.
Blitz is coming. Stewart's got all kinds of green in front of him. Stewart first down and more. Great vision from the junior signal caller, Tyler Stewart. 14 yards on the play.
And that's the thing with aggressive defenses. You live by it, die by it. When you blitz, if that quarterback is able to get out of there, you can't get to him. It's nothing but space. Excellent job by Stewart.
Stewart to Richardson. And Richardson forced out of bounds at the 10. Gain of 8, so he's now just a yard shy of 1,000 in his career. Junior from Los Angeles.
Nevada really is having some success after they have a big play with instantly getting up to the line.
And Stewart fools everybody, and Stewart reaches it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Tyler Stewart does it again. They rush up to the line of scrimmage after one big play, and the Lobos not set on defense. Nobody around the corner to stop the quarterback. 6 points for the Wolfpack.
Nice block on the outside by Wyatt Demps. Brent Zuzo on for the extra point. Extra point is up, and it is good. 83-yard drive, 9 plays, 3 minutes, 41 seconds. Tyler Stewart gets the touchdown, 21-10 Wolfpack. 21-10 Tyler Stewart's first career multi-rushing touchdown game. Great day for him. 10 of 13 through the air, 79 yards, but the 7 carries, 59 yards, and 2 touchdowns have been the difference. And now New Mexico on their heels, down 11.
Yeah, and the biggest difference here from last week is their ability to be able to run the football. We've seen James Butler and Don Jackson break off long runs, and what that does is it opens up the edge because of the pressure.
Wiggins and Chestnut are deep. And Wiggins will not bring it out. And he is normally a major weapon. So we're going to have to see if Lamar Jordan and this New Mexico offense can get it cranked up. Keep in mind last week they were down 15 and one going away by 9.
Yep, and a lot of those points were scored in the fourth quarter as well. So they've been in this position where they've been down and had to come back, proven last week that they can do it, but they desperately need to get something going in terms of productivity on the offense, specifically in their rushing attack.
Man, Gibson, no place to go, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Malik Reed, nice job there, backup defensive end.
Yeah, Reed makes a nice play on the ball. The free safety, Baber got involved in that as well, and that's the key for this defense going against a triple option. They're putting 8 and 9 men sometimes in the box because they know that the Lobos are going to run the football. Lobos desperately got to try to open things up with the pass.
Well, it's on the ground. It's Gibson, and it's going to make up a few yards, make a 3rd and 6. Matt Lyons to tackle. Lions 2 weeks ago, 16 tackles. Last week, 12 tackles. New Mexico, 3rd downs in this game, 3 for 11. And they've had too many long 3rd down situations.
Yeah, that's a problem for the triple offense specifically. Matthew Lyons continuing to impress and make plays in space in that linebacker position.
And that pass is incomplete. They struggled in the screen game.
Well, again, we're seeing the same thing happen where you have a quarterback that's not used to throwing the football. When you ask him to throw, some of the passes are going to be short-hopped. And that's just what we've seen in the last 2 passes for Lamar Jordan. But an unfortunate turn of events right now for the Lobos on offense where they just can't get anything going. And it's forcing them to have to throw the football, which isn't what they do well.
That is true. Andrew Sellis is back deep for the Wolfpack. Zach Rogers has done a very nice job kicking the football. Sellis, another fair catch, and he makes the catch at his 31-yard line. We're going to keep it right here. 1:38 to go in the 3rd. And here's a chance right here, Darius, for Nevada to deliver what could be a knockout blow if they could put another touchdown on the board.
Well, you hate to say knockout blow just because the Lobos have shown that they can put up points quickly, but you have to think with the way that this game has been going, that if the Wolfpack can put points on the board, it's really going to force the Lobos into passing situations most of the time, which we've seen they've been ineffective so far in this ball game. But
well, if they can keep it to even just 3, they're only down 2 touchdowns, but if they give up another touchdown, it could be real trouble for the Lobos. Stewart to throw, and the catch is made. And 1st down. And we're seeing real success on 1st down throwing the football. And Richardson with that catch goes over 1,000 yards receiving in his career.
Yeah. Well, all right, the way offenses work, really, when you can run the football, it opens up the passing game. The Lobos are not expecting the Wolfpack to throw the football because they're running it so well.
And Jackson gets stymied. Real nice job by Daniel Henry. Redshirt junior from San Diego steps up there. Well, Jericho Richardson's really stepped up because Hassan Henderson, they just have not thrown the ball in his direction. Big trouble for Stewart, gets rid of it. Richardson makes a couple guys miss. There goes Jericho Richardson. And Richardson down at the 30-yard line. Boy, great job by Tyler Stewart with all that pressure coming.
Yeah, man, and he took a shot, but it paid off in the form of a big gain here. He waits, pump fakes, and then takes a shot But then Richardson showing you why he's been putting on a clinic so far today, making guys miss in space.
And Maxwell stumbled, didn't have a chance to make the play. Stewart, again, they'll throw on first down. And the catch is made, and it's Henderson, his first catch of the game. So the Wolfpack got it rolling right now.
They most certainly do, and a lot of it is happening on that first down. As you mentioned, they're throwing the football, which is really catching the Lobos off guard. But what's also happening is when they have the big plays, they're really putting the gas on the defenses, then they run up to the line and immediately run another play. They're not allowing that defense to get set or take a blow.
Jackson, not much room there. Getting 3 yards. Diavanzo in on the stop. And Diavanzo has played a lot of snaps, so that's good news for the Lobos.
Yeah, I'd like to see him out there. Just get a shot at Don Jackson there, and the running game so far has been impressive for the Wolfpack. And, you know, we got to mention again, as we did earlier on, they're missing 3 of their starters, so to speak, on the offensive line. So impressive.
Nevada, 264 yards on the ground. They lead 21-10. We're coming back with the fourth quarter here in Reno. Yet another beautiful scenic from our hardworking crew. It has been beautiful here in Reno. Last 2 weeks, we've had lots of sunshine. Got Darius Walker first time out on a full 18-hole golf course yesterday. Well done, young man.
Yeah, shout out to Wolf Run.
Good time out there.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, it's gut check time for the Lobos. They need to hold Nevada to a field goal attempt here. This ground attack has propelled Nevada to a dominant lead in total yards. 264 yards on the ground for the Wolfpack. 2nd and 8. It appeared that Henderson moved early, and that ball's on the ground, picked up by the Lobos. Off to the races. No one's going to touch him. Nias Martin, touchdown Lobos. What a turn of events. $77 yards on the return for Martin. He said they need to hold him to a field goal. They did a little better than that, Darius.
Sometimes things just bounce your way, and literally the ball bounces into Martin's hands. Wow, you talk about a turn of events here. The Wolfpack had an opportunity in the red zone to really put this game out of reach for the Lobos.
They gave up a pick 6 last week, which really cost them against UNLV.
Turnovers.
And here, the fumble. And suddenly, the Lobos have a chance to be down 4. Extra point is good. 21-17 our score. Only 13 seconds gone by in the fourth. And you know what, Darius?
That's all it took was 13 seconds for him to run.
Here's the deal, though. It feels like, you know, if you're New Mexico coming in, you're the underdog.
Right.
This has a chance. Now, the pressure's on Nevada, because they can't let this game slip away if they want to aspire to meet their goals on the season.
They most certainly can. And when you mentioned the turnover last week and the interception that really sealed the deal for UNLV, and now today, yet again around this time, we have another turnover. But I think you have to look at the Lobos and say, these guys have been there before. They've been down in a ball game just last week where they needed to put up some points in the fourth quarter to win. Right now, they're looking like they're going to repeat with that success. Sometimes it just bounces your way.
Yeah, well, you know, they got things going in Albuquerque. Back-to-back wins, 3-2 record. That'll rejuvenate the sideline. See if they can come back 2 weeks in a row. Sanders the kickoff, and no chance. Yes, it is. A rare chance for Elijah Mitchell. And he's tripped up. Good speed from the Lobos on special teams.
Man, it is getting physical out there right now, Ari. Watch this hit come in. Getting that lower body. Got to get those pads down, man. Run with that forward body lane. That's what the coaches preach all the time.
All right, Nevada now protecting just a 4-point lead. Stewart's made good decisions today. Well, miscue on that last play from scrimmage. And New Mexico has to use a timeout keep track if that comes back to haunt him. We will step away. Just underway in the fourth quarter. We've got another thriller for you on Campus Insiders. There you see Bob Davie. Davie has had a terrific effect on the direction of this program. They were just 3-37 before he got there. And it's Don Jackson, and Jackson running over people. There goes Don Jackson. And he's just tripped up. Gets all the way to the New Mexico 25-yard line. Bird got just enough of Jackson. 50-yard carry.
Well, you want to answer the call here. Don Jackson right up the middle of this defense and just stiff-arming. Wow.
He went
Looks
over
like
Daniel Henry.
He looks like a man amongst boys out there. That is an excellent run.
Jackson's got 126 yards on the ground. There's a New Mexico player shaking up.
And boy, what a difference from week to week that we have seen, because against UNLV, the Wolfpack were unable to get anything going on the ground from Jackson or Butler, and today both guys already over 100 yards. Just tremendous.
Nevada has run for a season-high 307 yards so far.
It's pretty good. Pretty good with 14 minutes left to play in this football game.
Jackson, not much place to go that time, just a gain of a yard. Taylor Timmons, backup nose tackle, 55 in on the stop. Big boy, 6 feet, over 290 pounds, redshirt junior from Tampa, Florida.
And what's interesting here, Ari, we talk about the run game for the Wolfpack, but they're doing this with backup offensive linemen, which is just tremendous, because we thought that they would be trending in a different way.
Yes.
Having new guys in the fold.
Top 3 guards out.
Some new guys might earn themselves a starting job right now.
Jackson. Nice job by New Mexico. String that along and maybe a gain of a yard. So critical third down coming up. If you're New Mexico, you're thinking if we can just hold them to a field goal attempt, it would remain a 1-score game.
Yeah, that would be nice for the Lobos. But wow, very impressed so far with what this offensive line has been able to do, especially since a week ago when we saw them. They were really trending in the wrong way.
3rd and 8. Stewart has time. Nice pocket. Slings it downfield. Penalty flag comes in. Wyatt Demps the target. Martin in coverage. Martin, the gentleman who had the fumble return for the touchdown just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he gets caught up on this play.
Pass interference, number 19 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
But talk about another tremendous pocket. No pressure on Tyler Stewart whatsoever. He's able to throw at the back shoulder of Wyatt Demps, and on Demps's way back, Martin takes a hold. But look at this, just no pressure all day to throw. And then on the way back of that back shoulder throw, Martin grabs.
New Mexico now 4 penalties, 55 yards. Nevada 0 penalties in the game. Stewart to throw on first down. It's Gibson. Give him 6. Touchdown Wolfpack.
What a spark have we seen from this offense, Ari.
How about Stewart?
Wow.
14 of 17, 136 yards passing, and that touchdown pass. And he's also run for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So Stewart has been involved in 3 touchdowns And the Wolfpack lead back to 11, 28-17. Tyler Stewart, he has been the man, the big man on campus, and he finds Gibson, fights his way in for the touchdown. 28-17 Wolfpack. Every Thursday, catch the Seth Davis Show, an award-winning series hosted by Seth Davis, featuring in-depth interviews with some of the biggest personalities in sports and entertainment. Find out what actor-comedian Dennis Miller loves about the Final Four this week on CampusInsiders.com. Coach Polian's got to be pleased with the way his team has responded to some adversity here in the second half. And Carlos Wiggins, the track star, bobbing his head in the end zone.
Trying to get ready to go. But what's interesting now, and looking on the sidelines, you see James Butler there. They're working on his wrist. Now, we didn't see him in that series. But Don Jackson did a pretty good job of getting him all the way down to the red zone. I'm gonna have to track what's going on with Butler.
Strong kick and no chance for Wiggins. It hits off the crossbar, comes back into the field of play.
And you see them working on James Butler right now. Looks like it could be something with the arm, wrist. Who knows? But he was not in the last series. Track to make sure he's okay if he comes back out there. He's been a workhorse today. A tremendous workhorse today.
First and 10. New quarterback in the game. Lamar Jordan out of the game for the moment. Austin Apodaca in the game, going deep, bobbled and dropped. Marquise Bundy, the intended target. Throw was right there.
Bundy had a chance. It hit both hands, too. That's a drop right there. Talk about an excellent throw from Austin. But check Bundy here. Hits both hands. Got to come down with it.
Now, he lost it before Mitchell got his hand in there.
Sure did. That's one you love to have back, but we've seen, we were looking for it, the vertical passing game.
Yes.
There it is.
It's been found.
That makes me happy.
Apodaca, transfer from Mesa Community College. We've got a hurt player back at the Nevada 35-yard line. It is Elijah Mitchell.
Might have came down wrong on that. While defending that play. We'll tend to him, make sure he's okay. But the vertical passing game finally a factor. Just so happens with the backup quarterback.
Well, he is the more true passer of the two. He's 6'2", 207-pound, redshirt junior. Played at Mesa Community College.
Yeah, they really like what he's done in terms of how he's come in and just done a nice job of really fitting in. He's kind of a low-key guy. You know, Coach told us he's not the type of guy who's really out Friday night or Saturday night hanging out.
He said 9:30 is bedtime.
Yeah, 9:30 is done. But it's good to see him out there having an opportunity to play, and Mitchell walks off, which is nice to see.
Yeah, Moody checks into the game with Mitchell going out. 2nd and 10. Catch is made. It's one of the first times they've had success getting it out in the flat to a running back, and that's the difference between Apodaca in the game compared to Lamar Jordan.
Yeah, you know, when we talked to Bob Davie, that's one of the things he talked about with Apodaca is that he's the guy who they trust to throw the football. He's not as conventional in a triple option like Lamar Jordan is. He's a taller guy, has got a nice arm. So they like the fact of what he can do when throwing the football, and you're down right now in this game with 12 minutes left. You need to put some points up. You got to throw the football. That's why he's in the game.
Apodaca gets the first down on 3rd down.
Austin Apodaca on the carry. Good for Lolo, first down.
And that's the difference that Apodaca gives you when you talk about comparing him and Lamar Jordan, is he's actually really a pass threat. There really is a pass threat there because he can throw the football and deliver an accurate pass.
Totally different style. Delivers it quickly and no place to go for the receiver. Kendall Johnson in on the stop. Literally, the receiver catches the football, and there's guys all over him.
The cavalry comes in for sure.
Gamblin. Going to make this a manageable third down as he gets to the 45-yard line. Damian Gamblin. Top receiving threat on the season for the Lobos.
And it seems to be like a nice change-up so far for the Lobos on offense with putting Apodaca in the game over Lamar Jordan. Third down and short here, Ari. I like to think that this is an opportunity you could take a shot. We'll see what the Lobos do.
Wiggins in the backfield. Jarrell Presley, and he has the first down. But we have not called his name much today. For Presley in the game, just his 5th carry.
Yeah, and he's a guy who's got 27 career rushing touchdowns coming into this game, but just the easy handoff there, that first option on the triple option for Presley. They give him the first down. The crowd doesn't like it, but the Lobos have enough for a first down.
Down 11. This is within their wheelhouse. Need points on this trip. Get it outside. It's Gamblin. Gets a block and Gamblin. Big hit by Baber at the 40-yard line. But New Mexico's got something going here, Darius.
They really do. And these look passes from Apodaca. They're hitting that slot wide receiver right as the ball is snapped. Get a look at those splits.
This time Gibson, the ball carrier. What's interesting is that Jordan was the hero last week. He's not in the game.
Yeah.
If Apodaca can rally him, we may have a quarterback controversy down in Albuquerque.
Well, again, the biggest difference between the two is that Apodaca really gives you that threat of passing the football. We've seen him deliver a few nice passes after being thrown into competition. Now, again, for those who might have just joined us, Lamar Jordan is not injured. There was no issue with him. He didn't have a fumble or anything like that as to why he's out of the game. They're just making the change because they think Apodaca gives them a better chance right now in the fourth quarter.
Third down. Apodaca. He's got good targets in terms of speed on the outside. Get him into some space. Patrick Reed, number 5 at the top of your screen. The big target, Hart Johnson at the bottom of your screen. Apodaca. Ramel Jordan makes the catch, spins, and he is just shy of the first down at the 30, and they will need to go for it. 4th and short, 8 yards on the play.
Again, Apodaca falling into a nice rhythm on these short passes. They're getting him confidence to throw the short ball. And all right, we talked about this a little bit in the third quarter. We saw Lamar Jordan short arm and short hop a couple of those short passes. So already an improvement in the passing game with the second string quarterback.
4th and 2. 9 of 11 on 4th downs this season for the Lobos.
It's pretty good.
And they give it McQuarley, the big back, gets the first down for the Lobos.
We saw this earlier on in the game where they bring in McQuarley for the short yardage play because he's the bigger back. You watch him here. He's number 3, 220 pounds. You got that kind of size for a couple of yards. It's hard to stop that guy for a couple of yards.
Nice looking drive for the Lobos. They need to cap it off with a touchdown. Again, the quick screen game. It's Gamblin. Gets a block and is close to another first down. Well, it's a good spot. He gets the first down.
It's actually a little surprising for the Wolfpack on defense that they haven't started covering the slot wide receiver in some sort of press style. They're still way off in terms of their alignment, which is allowing these screen plays and look passes to happen.
Here's another one. And again, it's Gamblin. L.J. Jackson, the tackle.
I mean, for defenses, it really is a quick fix. If you bring up that secondary defender and make him play press coverage on the slot wide receiver, it takes away the screen pass. It really does.
Again, it's Gamblin. I mean, they've hit this 3 times in a row, and Gamblin loses the football. Fight for the football, and Nevada has it on the touchback. Wow. Jordan Dobrich and company celebrating. Well, the Lobos had it going there. Gamblin.
They most certainly did. Let's see if he gets this ball in the end zone before it fumbles. Wow.
Well, that's a lot closer than I thought. Initially, he didn't get it in, but he reached it out and recovered. Wow, it's a great hustle there from Dobrich to secure the football. So fumble recovery for the senior middle backer, Jordan Dobrich. So 8 minutes to go in the game, Nevada football. Then New Mexico and need that defense to come up with a turnover.
They most certainly do, or a quick 3 and out, because time is starting to run out, especially when you think about the style of offense that the Lobos play. But let's take another look at this from Gamblin.
He did so well on this drive.
Oh, man, just tremendous. He tries to stick that ball over.
Yeah, got a little careless. It's Jackson, and Jackson gonna move the sticks. Gain of 11.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here we haven't seen James Butler.
No, they haven't needed
him on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Now, they haven't needed him, no, but he has had a lot of explosive plays in this game. This is what makes them very lucky. They have 2 backs that could do it at a high level.
And they're going to pass on first down to Richardson, and New Mexico does not allow him to escape the tackle. Cranston Jones with the tackle.
And timing is going to be a factor for the Wolfpack on offense. They're trying to milk as much clock as possible.
26 first downs in the game for the Wolfpack. And Jackson again running free, and he picks up 8 yards. Bird the tackle.
Jackson is so good in space. So impressive how he can make a guy miss. You know, for running backs, they call it having the ability to be able to make a guy miss in a phone booth. Jackson and Butler both have that.
Well
right
over
now.
300
Well
yards.
over 300 yards
they got it
now.
done late last season against UNLV. They're at 318 and counting. Well, that was almost a botched handoff there, and it's going to bring up third and 3. New Mexico has to get a stop here, because Nevada's doing a nice job of milking the play clock.
And that handoff there was also a little scary, Ari, because we saw that in the red zone where they had handoff problems that resulted in a touchdown for the Lobos the other way on Martin's fumble recovery. So got to take care of the football.
Why Nevada is hiking the football so quickly? There's still 15 on the play clock. Make New Mexico wait. And they'll go with 10 on the play clock, and Stewart keeps it himself, and he keeps on fighting, and he gets the Wolfpack first down. Well done, Tyler Stewart. 5 yards on the carry, and he earned every inch of it.
He most certainly did. You lean on your leaders in times of issues like this, and watch that, just bouncing off of tacklers. That's just some serious effort there out of your quarterback. Tremendous job to make it on the 3rd down. I like it.
Yeah, they should be in no hurry. Plenty of time on the play clock. Stewart now doing a good job of taking the play clock down. And New Mexico's way off sides. And Don Jackson stopped after a gain of, called a long 4. Uday, 92. The nose for New Mexico.
Offside. Defense, number 95, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Garrett Hughes, 95 offsides. Still no penalties for the Wolfpack. Lobos, 5 penalties, 60 yards. It seems like all of them have been a factor.
Yeah, they have stalled drives. They really have stalled drives or continued drives on defense.
Butler's back.
Good to see Butler back in the game.
He gets the first down.
And just milking the clock right now for the Wolfpack.
Hey, how about that sunset?
There it is.
Mother Nature is really cooperating. We've got the open booth here, open air booth.
Yeah.
Perfect day for it.
Especially considering how it was last week.
It got a little windy late.
A little windy last week.
Yeah, we'll be back here in November. It'll be a whole different operation. Bring the the long johns, the gloves.
Well, I'm kind of worried about you, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you don't live in Southern California, too.
You seem to have been affected by the nice sunny weather.
I've been there longer than you. You just talk to you when you've aged a bit. Yeah, tell me you're moving back to South Bend, and then I'll tell you like the cold weather.
So incredible. This guy grew up in Wisconsin. Just, wow.
Well, I like to think of myself as Charmin Extra Soft at this point. Just don't want to, I just want it to be nice. Nice and warm. Just like it was this whole weekend. Jackson. Oh, Don Jackson almost gets the first down. So now it's just a matter of who's going to run for more yards, Jackson or Butler.
Yeah,
Jackson nearing 150, Butler with 140. And as a team, they're at 342 and counting.
Wow, that's a good day on the ground for Brian Polian and this offense. And when we spoke to him on the phone, that's one of the things he talked about was getting back to the running game and having some success on the ground. And the question we had coming into today really was, how will this team respond after the tough loss against UNLV? Right now, they are stepping up to the challenge.
Crosby the tackle, another first down for the Wolfpack, and they're just taking this clock, taking it down.
They're really just taking advantage of this defense right now. They're milking the clock, and then they're running the football, and that's really the vital point where you can look at your offense and say, can we run the football? The test really happens when the other team knows that you're going to run the football. Right now, the Lobos know they're running it. They just can't stop it.
And Butler, no place to go. Diavanzo, nice job there in his defensive end position. Now, future schedules coming up for Nevada at Wyoming. And they're got homecoming here against Hawaii. Fresno State in Fresno, San Jose State at Utah State at San Diego State. So if they want to get bowl eligible, you look at those last 2 weeks, they're going to have to get some wins in the next 4 weeks.
Exactly, which is what made today so important for them from a bowl perspective.
And it's Butler. And Ryan, check that, it's Daniel Henry with the tackle, number 14. New Mexico schedule. Got Hawaii, then at San Jose State, home against Utah State, at Boise State. Remember, they almost beat Boise last year at their place. Colorado State and then Air Force. And, New Mexico, been a long time since they've even been under consideration for a bowl game. But, they've got 3 wins right now.
They most certainly do. When we spoke to Bob Davie, one of the things he talked about, that for the first time in his career here, they feel like they can compete in every game.
Every game, yeah.
So far, the Lobos having a nice season.
And the Wolfpack are not going to run a play here. Curious why they didn't use the timeout. We'll take a break with them. Nevada trying to finish this one off. They lead 28-17. 28-17, sun setting in Reno. Couldn't have asked for a nicer weekend. Nevada about to improve to 3-3 and step up to 1-1 in Mount West play.
That's probably the key number there.
Both teams will be 1-1 in conference play. Third down here for the Wolfpack. You give to Don Jackson, and he cannot pick up the first down. Do you kick it here and risk it? Because even if you make it, you're up 2 scores. I don't know if maybe you just want to just go for it on 4th down, see if you can end the game right here. What do you think, Dave?
Well, it's kind of an interesting spot. You know, when you're up, you don't necessarily want to put yourself in a position where something catastrophic could happen, as we saw earlier in this quarter.
Right, or you could have a blocked field goal here.
Could.
I just don't know if the 3 helps you that much.
I think conventional wisdom says take the points.
Okay. They have a great field goal kicker, Brent
Really
Zuzo.
nice field goal kicker.
Yeah, 7 for 7 on the season. Only perfect kicker in the Mountain West, 1 of 5 in America. Look at the little one. She can't wait. Just give her a cheer. Oh, there we go.
I'll give her a pom-pom or something, man.
Yeah.
Give her a pom-pom, do something.
She wanted something.
Yeah. She needed something in her hands. A lot to be excited about here in Reno for the Wolfpack. And the question, I think it's been answered, or, you know, we asked at the top, how would they respond coming off a tough loss against their in-state rival in UNLV? And so far, they've answered the call in all facets of their game.
They will go for it on 4th down. Stewart wants to throw for it. Richardson the catch and the first down, and how about a touchdown to end it? Touchdown Wolfpack. "27 yards, Jericho Richardson." So now Stewart, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. I think we've got a candidate for the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, safe to say there, Ari. And again, I got to point to myself here and say that's why I'm not the offensive coordinator.
Yes.
Again, I said take points and kick the field goal.
Oh, they took points.
Boy,
Just more.
they just
More.
decided to take points in a different way. But wow, what a half for the Wolfpack.
And Richardson now 9 carries, 121 yards, and that touchdown. First 100-yard receiver this season for Nevada.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 87, 5-yard penalty, replay the try.
Well, what's been incredible, Ari, for this game is, you know, last week we saw Hassan Henderson really be the guy, step up and be the go-to target. And then today, Jericho Richardson steps up and shows that he can also be the target. That's excellent when you got a bunch of playmakers all over the field.
Extra point from a little longer distance is up and good for Brent Zuzo. There you see Hassan Henderson. And Jericho Richardson makes Bird miss and finds his way for the touchdown. It's 35-17. Cubs win, Cubs win, Cubs win. 6-3.
Nice.
Nancy, you got a Cubs fan here. Have you been to Wrigley for a game?
I have not. No, unfortunately, I have not.
Put that on your. I mean, you were in
that should
South
be on the
Bend for
bucket
3
list.
years.
Yeah,
You couldn't make it down in the summer.
Too busy playing football, man. Sorry, I had something else to do.
Yeah,
I
well,
apologize.
figure it out.
I wasn't skipping class and going to watch games.
It was in the summer.
Sorry, no,
Come on.
Sorry. Again, summer
Were you
school.
in summer
We're there
school?
for summer
Oh,
school.
all right.
Yep.
Yeah. You were trying to get out of there in a hurry. It's too cold for you. So get me to Houston. No chance at a return for Carlos Wiggins. He was pretty much a non-factor today.
Yeah, didn't have very many opportunities for their electric kickoff returner. But for the Lobos, what's interesting here is they inserted Apodaca,
yeah.
you know, their second string quarterback who has a little bit better arm and a better ability to be able to throw the football. We saw him have a little bit of success there, and you got to go back to Gamblin's play on the goal line, trying to stick the ball out and fumbled it. Ended up being a touchback for the Wolfpack.
Nice throw and catch. Hart Johnson. Apodaca. Good looking throw.
And that's always the interesting thing with college football, Ari, is it comes down to 1 or 2 plays that really make the difference in the ball game. For the Lobos, that play with Gamblin. And for the Wolfpack, it really was that fumble almost cost them the game as well.
Reese White, the catch. And they're going to rule him out of bounds, which will stop the clock with 1:09 remaining. And New Mexico wants to use this opportunity to get a better look at their backup quarterback.
Right.
And there are going to be other opportunities late in games where they're going to need the passing game.
Definitely something for Bob Davie and his staff to think about moving forward throughout the season. I know they run for a lot of yards every week, but in the event that the running game isn't there, you do have a nice quarterback.
Oh, and that's picked off.
Apodaca, but you got to be able to catch the football.
Elijah Moody, the interception, and that's going to, Apodaca's going to have the INT on his card, but that's Hart Johnson.
Yeah, that's all on Delaney. Hart Johnson there. The drop that turns into another turnover for the Wolfpack. And sometimes things just go right for you. You know, we saw early on in this game things going right for the Lobos. In the second half, it's been all Wolfpack.
Well, the Wolfpack are going to get to call everybody's favorite play call, which is victory formation.
Yeah. It's always nice to be out there for that.
Maybe they're going to be more aggressive. I don't know. We'll see. I would expect victory formation. And that's what we're going to get. Mexico only has one timeout remaining. Not sure if they'll use it. Well, Darius, what'd you learn today?
Yeah, I think the resilience of the Wolfpack is what's most impressive to me. When we went to the game last week and we were there and we saw two things unfold for them. Number one, they lost the line of scrimmage battle. They lost that. And then number two, they had so many penalties in that game against UNLV. They had 6 penalties in that game. And the difference today is in both of those categories, they were able to run the football and they didn't have a single penalty all day. So I think we learned that they can be resilient and that they can bounce back.
Good win for Brian Polian and the Wolfpack. Want to remind everyone, just switch over for more Mountain West football. Take a listen and a good watch to San Jose State at UNLV. UNLV, of course, coming off that big win last week. Our friend Cedric Bonner will be on the call analyzing the Spartans and the Rebels. Well, Darius, we've been here back-to-back weeks. We're going to have a lot more happy people here in town tonight than last week.
Yeah, you could definitely feel it in the stadium. Last week, people were leaving for a different reason because the game was a little out of hand. Now, everyone seems to be a little more happier. We see confetti everywhere. People are happy.
Good stuff.
Good night in Reno.
Yeah. Nice job today, my friend. This is good fun up here. We'll be back here one more time. November 14th when they take on the Spartans. On behalf of our entire crew, my broadcast partner Darius Walker, I am Ari Wolf saying good night from Reno. Final score 35-17. For more live Mountain West broadcast features and information, go to campusinsiders.com. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Mountain West Network on Campus Insiders. Again, just switch over, take in San Jose State at UNLV in progress right now on campusinsiders.com. We had a great time here in Reno. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. Take care, everybody.